Hello everybody and welcome to Advent of Code 2022, day 5. Alright, let's see what's coming up for us today. Alright, today we will be operating a cargo crane, apparently. Our goal will be to determine which crate will end up where. So apparently the input will look like this. So this will be like a layout of cargo boxes and some commands that will move boxes from one stack to another. Okay, so the arrangement procedure moves crates from one stack to another, and it's moving the crates one at a time. So it means that when we move one from 2 to 1, it's moving the D, and then when we move 3 boxes from 1 to 3, it will be moving D first, then N, then Z. Okay, that's clearly they even lead us to the solution to use stacks, because they call them stacks, and it's actually the last in first out data structure of stack. When we take the last edit item and we remove it and place it somewhere else on another stack where it's becoming the last, and it will be the first removed later. So this is exactly what stack data structure is doing. So our goal will be to determine the crate that will end up on top of each stack. So that means basically we will just pick the top of the stack for each of the 3 stacks that are there. That seems quite reasonably simple. So I will copy the input for the simple case. I already created a console app for day 5, so we'll start by reading the input file. I will put it here so I can see it and I can reference to it. And let's do this. So I will first read all inputs. So I will use file read all lines input, exactly as Copilot suggests. And I will, what I need to do, and is that there are 3 stacks of crates. There can be more. Let's see. There are more, so we need to take care of this as well. So we will have a list of stacks. So that will be a list of stack int, not int, but in this case char, because the crates are characters. So that will be our list of stacks, and we will let's see. I will find the divider line, which will be lines index. Oh, okay. Array index of lines. I will be searching for string empty. So we just to find the empty line that divides the crate diagram and the commands. So this is divide line index. So now we will have to read the diagram. So to do that, we first need to figure out how many stacks are there. So stack of stacks. And we can calculate that quite easily by taking the line before the divider. It's probably the number of characters is the same on all of these lines, but just to make sure that we don't make that accidentally some of the lines are not terminated before, we'll use this one as the one that determines the number. So I will use that line, trim it, and essentially I would like to have then split it while removing the empty entries. And for basically, what I want to do is get the last number. So I will. It's not a definitely efficient solution, but it should be enough. So what I will do is I will take the last entry and parse it. So, oh no, it's already a string. So take the last entry and I will just parse it. So this should give me the last number on this line, which will tell me how many stacks are there. So now instead of, I can actually initialize this here and give it a capacity of the required capacity, or even it doesn't have to be a list. It can be just a array with number of stacks, just to make it completely simple, like that. And now we'll have to read the stacks themselves. So what I will do is I will go line by line from the bottom. So divider line index -2. So we'll start here and we will continue until the line is not less than 0. Decrease the index. And for the line, so we will take the line, the current line, well, let's name this line index. And we will take the line from input lines, line index, and we will take the line and split it again. Line split. And can we use multiple? We can use multiple separators. So let's make it simple. So I'll separate by space and remove some entries. Just ignore this and text. All right, we cannot really do this because this could be, we must account for these empty entries. So that's not really the right solution here. And so instead we will really just access these characters directly. So either there will be empty space or there will be some character on that location. So I will go for stack ID, number of stacks. We'll just take the character and see if it's a number character or not. So if is letter, okay, it's if line stack ID multiplied by how many characters are there. So 3, 4 plus 1. So each stack requires 4 characters and plus 1 for the opening bracket. So plus 1 So the first one will be 1, the second one will be 5. That makes sense. So crate. If it's a letter, then we will add it to the stack. So stacks. We'll have to initialize it if it's not yet initialized. Stacks. Stack ID. And I will then we will push it into the stack. Great. The reason why I'm going from the bottom is to make sure that we are working correctly against the stack structure. So we're inputting the lowest ones first, then on top of them the next crates and so on. So it's behaving like a stack. So this should be, after this finishes, we should have all the crates input. And now we will go through the instructions. So read instructions exactly as Copilot suggests. So we will go for instruction ID from the, we'll start at the divider line index +1 and until the end of lines. So we will basically take the instruction and now we parse it. So instruction split by space. Parts. And now we will need to get the stack ID. So this is the first. Well, we're gonna remove empty entries just in case. String split options. Remove empty entries. So we first take the stack ID, which will be the number in the first part plus the second part plus 1 minus 1, I mean, because we are indexing from 0. And then we will, oh, this is not stack ID, this is source stack ID, and that's not part 1, but because part 1 is number of crates, parts 1. So this is part 1, 2, 3. So source will be 3 and target is 5. Now what we do, we will just perform those operations. So for number of crates, we will do stack at source stack ID and crate. We'll pop the crate and push it to another stack. So stacks target push crate, and like this we will perform all those instructions, and finally we will print the result exactly. So string builder result builder, well, yeah, whatever, we just use simple string result empty string, and for, or let's do it like this even, string concat join, and we will we don't want any separator. Empty separator, and we will do stacks select as peak. This will give us the top item on each of the stacks, and we will do console write line of this whole thing. Let's run. So we'll see what it does with day 5. Maybe there is some error, but we'll fix it quite quickly, hopefully. CMZ. Okay, that seems good because we passed the sanity check of simple input. Let's use the more complex one. Right, so I'll copy, paste here, and that's correct. Good. So we have handled the first part, and now let's continue the second one. That's the thing I was worried about. Now we can pick up multiple crates at once. So our current solution is no longer stack based. We need to make sure that we change it so that it's not stack based. Well, the simple solution will be to use a temporary stack to store the crates and then reverse those. So I will just do that because that's gonna be the quickest thing to do. So I will copy my existing solution, and now for here, instead of moving the crates directly, I will first push them into a separate temporary stack, and then I will reverse them into the target stack. Transfer stack. Stack car. So now push crate. So we push the stacks, the crates, and then we will transfer those into the target stack. So while transfer stack try pop crate. While we have a crate in the transfer stack, we will just push it into stacks target stack ID push crate. Okay, so this will first take those crates one by one, and then it will return them in the opposite order, which will be the same order as in the source stack. Let's verify this just so we know we didn't make any mistake. We'll take the original input, run it against the sample, and MCD, I think that's correct. MCD. Okay, so let's try with the big one. Push, run it. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's it. So that's success for day 5 of Advent of Code 2022. So far our calendar is looking very well, and let's see for day 6. I will be doing another video which will be AI solving this day 5 problem, and we'll see how it fares against this more complex input, because so far the main problem of the AI was usually reading the input or understanding how to read it properly. So we'll see how well it fares. In the meantime, have a great day and see you in the next video.